C.S. Lewis's book, A Grief Observed, has been a great guide for me in the midst of the pain of grief now as we enter into the 4th month after my dear Jen died suddenly. And I have been so grateful for it as a guide, and I have found other helpful guides as well. But I think the best guides, honestly, and guides that we really need as we walk through the valley of the shadow of death are people who have lived in the midst of the reality of grief and know the pain and the struggle of the darkness of those days and have found ways through it. I have a great new guide in my life. I have the privilege of working every day with formerly incarcerated individuals who are just coming out of a life of prison and are trying to get back on their feet, and I have the great privilege of just coming alongside them in small ways to help them get going again in a new life through spiritual direction. Anyway, one of the amazing men who came into our program came with an amputated leg, and met him months ago. And then when Jen died, I thought a lot about C.S. Lewis's image of grief feeling like an amputation and needing to come to grips with that reality, and that the right question is not when will my leg grow back, but how do I live with an amputated leg? Well, this brother, this friend, who has an amputated leg, it was amputated, and as he got shot and almost lost his life, but they had to amputate it in order to save his life. And so he spent years in prison working out what it meant to live life with an amputated leg. And so he came into our program with a spirit of hope and joy and a deep knowledge that he has much to give through his amputation experience. And he has given me so much. He has shown me what life can look like, not through some Pollyanna denial of the reality, but through acceptance of the reality, and how life can still be full of joy and hope and purpose. And so he's an inspiration to me and a real guide for me as we look forward in a new life, a new chapter, just like he is. I did want to also mention that if you need a guide, a personal guide, I would be honored and privileged to walk with you as well. I actually have a side coaching business and soul care, spiritual direction business, and I'll include the link in this file if you're interested in that, or just message me in the comments, and I'll connect with you and we can talk about that, because we need each other. We need help. We need people who get it. We need people who've been through it. And I wish that this was my only bout with grief, but I'm becoming acquainted with grief just like our Savior was. He way more so obviously than me, but I'm beginning to see in more ways how he, a man of sorrows, and my friend here, a man of sorrows, can help the rest of us in the midst of sorrow move forward and live.